Some people were raised by really strict parents and others were raised by really lenient parents. My dad was kind of like right in the middle, but his rules made no sense. He was like inconsistently strict. Like I could go stay the night at your house this weekend, but next weekend I can't. But then other months I could stay at your house for all 4 weekends out of the month. My dad was a backwoods redneck, but also a racist. I could not date anybody that's black. It didn't matter if I was 10 or if I was 20. He would have kicked me out of the house if I had a black person in my life. I wasn't even allowed to talk about being friends with black people. But my dad only has 2 kids and my brother is 15 years older than me. He always told me that he would rather my brother date a black woman than be gay, but he would rather me be gay than date a black man. Why the race or sexuality made a fuck to him, I don't know. One of his favorite things to punish me for was sweet tea. I was in charge of making his sweet tea. He was pretty much the only one who drank it. And if I got home from school and didn't make a new gallon of tea, and he saw that when he got home at 5:30 from work, keep in mind my bus didn't drop me off until 4:25, I would get an earful about what have you done since you've been home? You haven't been doing this, you haven't been doing that, blah, 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 blah. He's one of them parents that doesn't realize that school is also a full-time job. I'm just not making money for it. And he would come home and do absolutely nothing but sit in his chair. The only thing that Daryl Wayne did was cook, and he didn't cook on the weekends because he was drinking on the weekends, and that is always why I wanted to go somewhere, because he never taught me how to cook. And my dad is one of those that's completely against having any snacks in the house or anything easy. There was no Hot Pockets. Sometimes there was peanut butter and jelly. There was no cereal. There was no crackers. There was no cookies. There was no shit like that. He refused to buy stuff like that. He also wouldn't buy bottled water. I had to drink sink water or I had to drink tea. He never bought me clothes, but I did have women in my life who would buy me clothes. Like my mama, not my real mama, a drug addict, but the one who raised me. And then he had one wife named Tammy who helped me out a lot. But if it would have been up to my dad, the clothes that he would have bought for me, he would have literally chose clothes that would have got me bullied. He did not like that I like to wear tight clothes. And I don't mean like I'm talking about like super ugly tight. I'm talking about like skinny jeans and a t-shirt that wasn't 3 sizes too big. But anytime I wore sweatpants, he said that I was going to school in pajamas. He would always make fun of me when I left the house with my hair in a messy bun. He never taught me how to clean, so I do not know how to clean still to this day. Our house was absolutely filthy. Like it was picked up, it wasn't messy, but it was filthy because I didn't know how to deep clean, and I still don't. So my dad let me drink at home every single weekend if I wanted to, and I had the alcohol. And if I drank his alcohol, I had to pay him back. He would allow me to go to get-togethers where there was drinking. I don't say parties because it wasn't really parties. It gave off party vibes, but it wasn't enough people to call it a party. I had about 3 long-term relationships when I was in high school. And by long-term, I mean like almost a year. That's a long time when you're in high school. And after each one, he told me I couldn't have a new boyfriend. And after each one, I ended up getting a new boyfriend long-term. My husband is my last long-term high school boyfriend. I had to sneak around to hang out with him because my dad told me I couldn't have another boyfriend, as if I wasn't about to be grown as fuck. As if I wasn't 17 about to be 18. So I would lie to him and tell him I was going to my friend's house to work out. In reality, I would just be at his house after school. On the weekends, it was like, oh, I'm gonna go hang out with my friend. And in reality, me and Lala were just fucking in the bed of his truck. Talk about my traumatic childhood all day long, but I think I'm gonna leave y'all alone now. Love you so much. Bye.